I don't know where I am, but it feels like home.
Hey everyone, this is Lauren from Bringing Back Joy. Thank you so much for watching my first video. I'm so excited. I honestly hate when I'm watching YouTube videos and they have super long intros. It's like, get to the point. So I'm just gonna dive right in. You guys asked me some really great questions, so let's just pull those up in my DMs right now. Okay, so really great question from one of my followers. What was your rock bottom moment where you said, tomorrow I am done forever? Well, first of all, I guess I should leave with the fact that I had many rock bottoms. Gosh, getting arrested was probably the first worst one. Um, Rolling my car on the side of the highway, getting arrested, going to the hospital, getting kicked out of my sorority. That should have been the wake up call, but it wasn't, sadly. Like, I think for a year after that, I still drank super heavily and was very much in denial too. Like, it was crazy. I didn't really think much of it. I think my main priority was to just forget that anything had happened in the first place and to just keep living my best life, when in reality I was super anxious and depressed. Then the next rock bottom came when I was dancing on a bar, a college bar, and I guess I slipped and fell off and dove headfirst into the floor, which I don't remember at all. I just remember my friends like rushing me out of the bar and then being home at my apartment with paramedics knocking on my door because my random roommate that I had saw me like gushing blood, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just going to go to bed. It's fine." And she was like, "No, you can't go to bed." So she went, against what I was telling her, because I was like, "Please don't call 911." She called 911 and had the ambulance pick me up. And I mean, I was really scared. I remember that was like a really oh shit moment for some reason, worse than my car accident. Like I didn't drink for a couple weeks after that, maybe 2, 3 weeks. That's like always the longest I could go. But I think after that was when I realized that I had a drinking problem. So that sadly was not the end. The end did not come until August 25th, 26th. It was a boat day, and I was with my boyfriend and a couple of our friends, and I remember waking up drunk from the night before and drinking way more heavily than I should have. It was a Sunday and I had to work the next day. But I remember jumping off the side of the boat and I lost my $300 Ray-Bans that I had just gotten. And the water was just rough and choppy, and I was too drunk and I could not swim back. I was just like waving my hands like, hello, I can't swim. So my boyfriend jumped in and saved me. And of course, I get back on the boat and I'm kind of like sad puppy with my tail between my legs. And needless to say, the boat day was over. I mean, I was way too drunk. Everyone was scared. It was just an annoying, horrible situation. So we had to go back home. And my boyfriend said that he found me on the kitchen floor just with a bottle of gin, just like hiding, which I don't remember. And waking up the next day and being very violently hungover as usual. And I couldn't go to work, and I had just gotten my new writing job a month prior, and I was like the type of hungover where you're throwing up every 15 minutes all day. So I had to call out of work, sadly. And my boyfriend got home, and he was not thinking it was funny and was really scared. And that was like the first time that I saw him be like, he wasn't trying to make me feel better about the situation. I could see the genuine concern in his eyes, and he was just like, you're gonna one day hurt yourself or get yourself into a situation that you cannot bounce back from. And he doesn't want to see me ruin my life and not remember it. And I don't remember if it was, what he said or if it was just like the timing of it all. But if I had been in this situation, 2, 3 years ago, I would have just written it off as another stupid drunk story, but I just think the fact that I had been in this same place, just like sad, hungover, anxious, just like wondering when it's gonna stop, like so many times that was just like my aha moment. I was like, nothing is gonna change. I'm always gonna find myself in the same awful place if I don't just give it up. Like, give up your dream. You're not a drinker, you're not a party girl, you can't handle your liquor. Just give it up, or your life is always going to look like this. And I just accepted it. I just accepted the fact that I was going to be in a lot of really hard situations, like being the only sober person at weddings or my own wedding or on holidays or at birthdays, and no more happy hours, no more drunk beach days. Like, I just accepted that all in that moment and was like, this is going to be really hard, but I almost felt like I didn't have a choice. I'm like, this is what I have to do. I'm sorry, that was a super long answer, but that's a crazy question. I mean, that's a great question. So, I hope my rock bottom story, my journey, that kind of like sums up my whole journey for the most part. So I hope that resonates with some of you or inspires some of you, that even though you fail a bunch of times and have a bunch of scary moments and you think that you'll never have that wake up call, like that aha moment, you will. Because if I did, holy shit, anyone will. Okay, so another great question I got, what methods are you using to stay sober? Well, if you don't already know this by now, I don't go to AA. And a lot of people find that weird or have some kind of issue with that for some reason. The best way, I was thinking about this on the way home, the best way to describe why I don't go to AA is when I was in school, I hated group projects. And if I was forced to be in a group project, I was always the leader. And I would always call the shots, and I wouldn't even care if I had to do most of the work because I just hate doing things other people's way. I want to do things my way, and I want to do it independently. And I don't want anyone breathing down my neck, and I don't want to have to check in. I just want to do things my own way if we're going to get the same result anyways. So enough about that. What are the methods that I use on my own to stay sober? Number one is definitely writing. Obviously, I write a lot. I Instagram a lot. And this is the first time that I've ever made a sober Instagram account, and it is working. So far, so good. Secondly, I work out a lot. Instead of just coming home from work and thinking about pouring myself a glass of wine, I just go to the gym. That's my cat. Say hi, Opie. Say hi. Okay. Sorry. I did go to therapy for a little bit in the beginning of my sobriety stages, just to talk about my anxiety levels and how I was feeling. And she was very supportive, obviously. That's what therapists do. She was very validating. She made me feel very proud about all the progress that I've made. It was very easy to talk about everything that was going on, and it's really, really, really hard in the beginning. So I definitely recommend going to therapy if you think that's a good option for you. Just found another question. How do I deal with FOMO, which is the fear of missing out? I feel like FOMO is what kept me from getting sober, but now that I am sober, I don't really fear missing out because I've accepted the fact that I'm not really missing out on anything. I can do whatever I did before. Like, if I really wanted to, I could go to bars, I could go to parties, I could go to concerts, I could, go to events, any kind of event that has drinking. The only thing in the world that I can't do is just drink. But I can physically be there, and I don't have to miss out on anything, except a hangover and some embarrassment and some shame and regret.